Welcome to Asty's Public Domain Corner. Today we'll be exploring The Doer of Good, a thought-provoking short story by the renowned Oscar Wilde. This brief but powerful piece delves into the themes of morality, redemption, and complexities of human nature. Join me as we unravel Wilde's piercing insights into the consequences of good deeds. Sit back, relax, and let's journey into the mind of one of literature's greatest voices. Also, as you can see, I'm coming to you in 2 dimensions today. I'm going to start using my model, so those who like visuals rather than just listening also have something good to look at. Let me know your thoughts and feelings below, and let's get into it. The Doer of Good, Oscar Wilde, published 1894 in the Fortnightly Review. It was night time and he was alone, and he saw afar off the walls of a round city and went towards the city. And when he came near, he heard within the city the tread of the feet of joy and the laughter of the mouth of gladness, and the loud noise of many lutes. And he knocked at the gate, and certain of the gatekeepers opened to him. And he beheld a house that was of marble, and had fair pillars of marble before it. The pillars were hung with garlands, and within without there were torches of cedar. And he entered the house. And when he had passed through the hall of chalcedony and the hall of jasper, and reached the long hall of feasting, he saw lying on the couch of sea purple one whose hair was crowned with red roses, and whose lips were red with wine. And he went behind him and touched him on the shoulder and said to him, "Why do you live like this?" And the young man turned round and recognized him, and made answer and said, "But I was a leper once, and you healed me. How else should I live?" And he passed out of the house and went again into the street. And after a little while he saw one whose face and raiment were painted, and whose feet were shod with pearls. And behind her came slowly as a hunter a young man who wore a cloak of 2 colours. Now the face of the woman was as fair face of an idol, and the eyes of the young man were bright with lust. And he followed swiftly and touched the hand of a young man and said to him, "Why do you look at this woman in such wise?" And the young man turned round and recognized him and said, "But I was blind once, and you gave me sight. What else should I look?" And he ran forward and touched the painted raiment of the woman and said to her, "Is there no other way in which to walk save the way of sin?" And the woman turned round and recognized him and laughed and said, "But you forgave me my sins, and the way is a pleasant way." And he passed out of the city. And when he passed out of the city, he saw seated by the roadside a young man who was weeping. And he went towards him and touched the long locks of his hair and said to him, "Why are you weeping?" And the young man looked up and recognized him and made answer, "But I was dead once, and you raised me from the dead. What else should I do but weep?" I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope it gave you a little bit of thinking to do. Think before you save them horrible peasants. To let them rot or to save them, that is the question. Take care, my little curios, and I hope to see you again in Asty's Public Domain Corner. Take care and don't die. Mwah!